Hello, this is Oliver, and I'm here spending a few minutes with you today to give you a tutorial on the weekly production report. You should already have downloaded the weekly production report straight from the website. And as you can see, and I hope you do, there is a field right up here where we would like for you to put your name. In my case, of course, my name would go here, and I'm going to choose a show by random. I'm going to use Scream Queens, and that way we always know from whom this weekly production report stems. We're asking that on a weekly basis, on Mondays, you complete this report and email it to me. This report has a variety of different purposes, one of which is that you are having a weekly opportunity to really see and look at your numbers and then keep comparing them from week to week and see what your your progress is in the coming weeks. Week 1 would of course be entered here. So on Monday, you would choose the previous Saturday's date. That is always the week ending. Up here is driver qualification and drug and alcohol, and below here is the hours of service section. Let us start with the hours of service section. This would be the week ending here would always be the default end date on MPCS. To demonstrate and show you how to do this and find this date, we'll do the following. Let us log on to MPCS. Now that you have logged on to MPCS, you can see that the date right here, 6/21, that would be the default date you would enter here. So you would enter 6/21/2015 and then move on to enter all of these numbers respectively. Run your report. I'm going to choose Scream Queens as my sample. Click Go. And here we have all the numbers that we need right up on top. 137 logs, all the way zeros under the hours of service. So we can go here, 137 logs, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 under hours of service. Let's see what the form and manners numbers look like. 2, 1, 0, and the rest 0. So 2, 1, 0, 0, sorry, 0, 0, 0, and the percentage is 99.9%. 99.9%. This is how easy your hours of service weekly production report is. Next week, of course, you're going to do the same thing, and then you just enter that number, that date in this week number 2. Let's scroll on up. For the week ending here, 6/21 would not be the correct week. If we go by the calendar, that would be week ending 6/27. So 06/27, that's a Saturday, 2015. And now we're going to go and log on to the J.J. Keller website. This should look familiar to you. It's a little broken up here. There's some bits and pieces missing on the top, but you get the gist. Where I would like you to go first is go here to the driver qualification summary page. We click on that. And I'm going to flip back to the weekly production report. What we first want to know, how many active drivers you have, the out of compliance percentage, and how many drivers are out of compliance. Those are the first 3 questions. Let's find out. Here, if you can see my cursor, I'm going to highlight it. It says that Scream Queens has 27 active drivers. And out of those 27 active drivers, the red slice of the statistics pie is at 14.8%. Those are the drivers out of compliance. So we would put 14.8% into this place. 14.8, we set 27 drivers. And let's find out how many drivers are out of compliance. I go back to the Keller website and look right here. Drivers out of compliance, 4. All right, so this means we're going to enter the number 4 here. Next item are about forms that are missing. For that, we're going to go back to the Client Information Center and click on Reports right here. Click on Reports, and I would like you to go and find where it says File Deficiency Report. Click on that. In some cases, we want to, you have more than one show there. If you are working on one or more shows or productions, please highlight the production for which you are completing the report. Form names stays always under Select All. Items affecting compliance, say yes, yes, all items that affect compliance. And we want to know this for all active drivers, so click Active Drivers. And please group it by the form name. Next, we want to generate this report. Depending on what type of browser you're using, some browsers, the PDF will come up immediately. Some browsers ask you to save it to your desktop or to a specific location, and from there you can then open it. Let me bring it into the view here. This is the report that we're running for Scream Queens. I'm going to slide this up just a little bit so we have a better view of that. In essence, the item that we are needing to complete is next, incomplete applications. Notice how I put my cursor on that cell, and any cell with a red corner, if you put your cursor on it, it'll give you some notes and directions to where and how you perhaps can ascertain those numbers from. In this case, it tells you, go to the Keller Client Information Center, navigate to Driver Qualification Summary page. From there, then you can run the File Deficiency Report, which in essence we just did. We want to know how many incomplete applications, and we also want to know how many missing applications. So looking at that report, I beg your pardon, the report is here. We have only one application that is either missing or incomplete. And here, if it would be missing, it would say missing. But something seems to be incomplete. Thus, we have one incomplete application, and we would put this here. We have 0 missing applications. Next would be how many missing or expired licenses, meaning driver's licenses. We go back to here. As we can see, there's nothing but under driver's licenses, so we would type in 0. Let's move on to medical cards. That's broken down into 2 columns. First column, we're looking for the missing and expired medical cards. Let's find out. We are having a expired medical card. We have 1 and 2. One for David Gubeau and one for Albert Sampson. Okay? Meaning we're entering here 2. We already noticed that there's no other information on there, so we know there's incomplete medicals 0 and 0 missing or incomplete previous alcohol drug test statements, PADTSs. Now we move on to the next section of this report, which is the drug and alcohol report. We want to know how many drivers you have in compliance with drug and alcohol on your show. Again, I'm putting my cursor on the cell with the red corner, and it gives me information on how to ascertain those numbers. Go to the Client Information Center, navigate to Drug and Alcohol Summary page. There, run the % compliance report. Let's do that. Let me first close this. Here, let's go and navigate back home. I click on that icon in the upper left-hand corner, go to the drug and alcohol summary page, and simply go to reports, click on that, and find the percent compliant report. Click on the percent compliant report, same procedure as earlier. Choose your show. In this case, we have a little hiccup here. Give me just one quick second. So we kind of fixed this here right now. Sorry for the minor hiccup. We are going to select Scream Queens on all active drivers, and we would like to know the percent compliant for the show Scream Queens in this case. I generate the report. Again, each browser manages this differently. In my case, I have to save it to my desktop and then open it from there. I have to bring it into the screen view here. Make it a little bigger so we can have a nice view of that. All right. So what it tells me here that I have 27 drivers. And out of those 27 drivers, I have 23 drivers that are compliant. I'm sorry, out of the 27 drivers, I have 27 drivers that are compliant, thus giving me 100% compliance. And this is not a good way of showing and highlighting this, but I'm trying my very best here. There you are. And that is the number in essence that we want to enter here. So drivers in compliance with drug and alcohol, 27. Drivers out of compliance, 0, because we already know that we are 100% compliant. And that is what we need to enter right here. This completes the report. You will then email this to my attention, please, every Monday when it is convenient to you. Should this percentage right here not be at 100%, we are needing you to run a file deficiency report under the drug and alcohol section. Just to point that out for you so we are all on the same page. You would go and run the percent compliant report, my apologies, and find out what it is that is not compliant for those drivers that are out of compliance. Often it has to do with maybe a drug test result missing, which should be, of course, a big flag to you, and you would need to know why there is no drug test result and the driver is actually working. That being said, I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at oliver.palomares@fox.com or give myself a call at 310-369-0749. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.